my way, living my way, oh, living my way, living my way.
Track 1 is also titled Laissez Faire, and I just feel like it'd be poetic if I make the first track the same title as the EP, you know, just to bring you into my world. You know, to me, I'm big on intros and outros. You know, I'm big on content, I'm big on substance, so I decided to start you off with my journey of letting it be with Laissez Faire, track 1. The track, if you listen to the track, is talking about just, you know, being in that zone where you know that what's meant for you will be for you. You know, I literally put those words in there because I want that to touch my audience. And I also mentioned talking about just, you know, spending time with family, enjoying life with, you know, friends, enjoying, you know, what you're doing because you love what you're doing, not because, you know, you want to impress other people. And just being you know, being authentic. You know, that's what the first track's about, you know, letting things be, being authentic, enjoying your life with friends, family, and being yourself, you know, going with the flow. No Fear was produced by Lakeside Beats. That's my main producer right there. Shout out to Lakeside. Made the track because I feel like when you want to let things be and you want to let things go and you want to just, you know, really be authentic, you can't have no fear. You know, a lot of times you're in a space, let's say you are at some kind of, you know, Louis Vuitton, you know, event or whatever, you know, and a lot of times we feel like we have to adjust and, you know, pretend to be like who we're not. But in reality, the best thing to do is to be authentic, and that's why I made No Fear, because I feel like whatever it is you do in life, you have to do it with no fear. You're gonna have passion for something, you gotta do it with no fear. You know, when you step in the room or you go on stage, you gotta have no fear, you know, because what's fear gonna do for you? You know, that's only holding you back. So I made No Fear to tell everybody and to tell myself that, you know, when you're doing what you love, or just, you know, doing things in general, you know, you have to do it with no fear, so that way you can really let the beauty of it show. That's what No Fear is about.
Give me that fire.
Levels is a song that shout out to Lakeside again, produced by Lakeside. We went crazy with that one. We just came from the gym, and he played me 2 tracks, and I really fell in love with that Levels track. And legit, you know, I went to sleep that day on the track, and I dreamt about it. You know, that's how I got the lyrics. You know, I woke up and I just had to get it down. I got to like get it written. You know, pen that, recorded it myself, and then, you know, went back to really, like, you know, clean it up really well. It was a song that at the point that I was at, it was necessary, because I wanted to manifest myself getting to the next level. You know, I wanted to manifest good things coming to myself and the team and my whole family. And when that track came out, it went crazy. You know, everybody loves it. So far, that's one of the tracks that I know that everybody for sure love, and that when I perform, the crowd goes, they go really crazy, and it's doing its job. You know, I manifested leveling up for myself, for my team, for my family, and we're leveling it up. You know, and by the time the EP, you know, was still in creation, one of my people at Lap of the Vibe heard the track, you know, and she was like, she's in love with it. She sent me something just jokingly, like a little flow she did, and I loved it. So I'm like, yo, I need to open up more bars for her, more space for her. So I told Lakeside, like, yo, we need to give her a 16, you feel me? She was on her way to Nigeria. She was recording this on a plane. By the time she got to Nigeria, she sent the vocals. We added a few more soundscape, you know, the jet flying in the background, you know, the waves coming for her flow, the water drop, and it was crazy. You know, it really brought it to life. You know what I'm saying? And Levels just one of them songs that you gotta just feel it yourself. You know, it has that cinematic feel to it, and that's what I was going with this project. I was trying to make it feel very cinematic when you put it on. Either you're in your room, you're in your car, your AirPods, whatever it is, you feel like you're in a movie, because that's the kind of feeling I want you to get goosebumps when you listen to this, you know. So go check it out.
Show you feel there from my side if I did for the corner. Show you feel love me for life, but no get money.
Oh man, Show You Love Me is actually one of my favorite tracks, because it was actually one of the first tracks I recorded for this project. You know, funny enough, this project, when we started, you know, shout out to Nigel. He had plugged me to one of the producers he knows, Nesto Beat. You know, shout out to Nesto, rest in peace. Very, very intelligent. He's a genius when it comes to, you know, music or beat production. You know, we met the first time. We just vibed out, you know. We started just talking about music, you know, what kind of music I make, what kind of music he makes, you know, how it could, you know, just collaborate. He's Haitian, by the way, so, but he has dope ears for music, and we started working, and we built that production from scratch, you know, like literally. He was like, what kind of sound you want, what kind of melody you want, you know. I played him some songs, some vibes, and then, funny enough, I did the melody that day, you know. My boy, you know, Mike was there, and he was like, yeah, this is it right here, you know. And legit, that's how the project Laissez Faire, at that time, you know, I didn't have no title for it, but that's how like it started building. And the production is immaculate, and it was pretty much just talking about you know, before I make it to the next level, before I become this superstar, before I, you know, get to where I want to get to, before I have the money, the fame, you know, will you love me? Would you love me if I didn't have it? You know, if I lose it all, would you love me? Say you love me literally means, do you love me? You know, but I put Shay because, you know, I'm Nigerian, so I had to represent. It's pretty much talking to the love of your life, asking like, do you love me? Would you love me if I didn't have nothing? You know, if I was in a corner in the streets, you know, would you love me? Not, you know, literally, but if I was down bad, you know, would you love me? You know, if I didn't have money, would you love me? Do you love me for me? You know, that's what Say You Love Me is. And, you know, to this day, it's still one of my favorite tracks on Laissez Faire.
Rest in peace, Ness.
Rest in peace, Nesto.
You don't take. It's been a minute, yeah, you don't say.
Okay, so pretty much the way the last track on Laissez Faire came about was my boy Chris and I was just chopping it up. At that time, we thought the EP was completed, but we was chopping it up, and he knows I'm also big on intros and outros. He's also a poet of a kind too, you know, like Chris the engineer, shout outs to him. Like, I record a lot of the tracks at his studio. You know, he really made things happen for us. You know, he would make time out of schedule to, like, you know, collect things up and make sure like I had those hours, like whenever we came through, probably like at night we'll be there from 10 to like 3 a.m. just recording, you know, trying to get the right take, trying to make sure like it sounds perfect, trying to get the right feel to it. And Chris the engineer is just one of those people that he won't lie to you. If he really digs the track, he will let you know. You know, that's why I like to be around him too, because, you know, he's not one of those people that just tell you like, oh yeah, it sounds fire, but they don't really feel it. Like, if he feels it, he feels it. Mike is that way too, like you could tell, because he would start dancing in the background. You know, shout out to the both of them. Shout out to Nigel for, you know, bringing up the concept. You know, that's legit how the project started. You know, it was like, we gotta put a body of work together. But it felt like the tracks, they were perfect, but it was missing one piece, and the piece was the outro. Titled it Look At Us Now because I wanted something that kind of made you feel like you were in a spiritual place. You know, it was also a song that's saying, yo, look at how far we've came, you know, giving ourselves some credit. You know, sometimes us artists, creatives, you know, even in the management position, feel like we have that imposter syndrome sometimes. Like, we do so much, but yet we don't give ourselves credit. You know, so I wanted to give, you know, ourselves a round of applause. Like, yo, let's look how far we came. You know, it's backwards never forwards ever, but once in a blue moon, let's look back to really see how much, you know, let's look back to really see how much we've accomplished, you know, in the past few. And it's also a way for us to like manifest and say, even though we're in this moment right now, one day we're going to be looking back at this moment and saying, wow, look what we did back then. You know, thank God we had these ideas. Thank God we executed. You know, I just feel like I'm a very grateful person, and it's just my way of saying, you know, I'm grateful for everything we've done so far. I'm thankful for everybody on the team. You know, shout outs to First the engineer, shout outs to Mike, shout outs to Nigel, Palm Street Flow, shout outs to everybody, you know, my right hand man, Charles, you know, my producer, Lick Psych. You know, it's a way of saying, you know, we did a great job, you know, round of applause, and, you know, let's look at how far we came, you know, let's really feel it, let's be in the moment, and, you know, let's give ourselves a shout out, let's give ourselves a round of applause.
Lakeside, Soundcloud.
Let You Go is my newest single, and it just felt right, you know. It was a track that I did when I was in a place where I felt like I had to let things of the past be. I had to let those weights go. I had to you know, in order to, you know, just transcend to a new individual, a better being, you know, for myself and for my friends and family, you know, I had to do that. You know, I had to let those things go, the burdens, the past, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a song to say, you know, to get to the next level sometimes, you know, you gotta let things go. You can't hold on to the past, you know, burn bridges and et cetera, you know, if you really wanna live in positivity, you can't hold on to negativity, you know. So that's how that song came about. Funny enough, one of my guys, D-Tech, shout out to D-Tech, he works with syncs and stuff like that. He was like, yo, Bello, you know, we might need a few tracks for, you know, a sync project, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, that's how Let You Go came to be. You know, it was a one take. You know, if you listen to Let You Go and compared to my other tracks, you know, from the EP, Laissez Faire, you'll peep that, you know, I didn't do too much with Let You Go because I wanted to make it simple, I wanted to make it poetic, and I wanted to come from the bottom of my heart. And that's exactly what I did, you know. I didn't really add background, you know, vocals, nothing. It was just one straight take from the heart, and, you know, I didn't want to think too deep or too much about it. I just wanted to just make Let You Go and let it go, you know, and that's really how the track came about, and it's doing really great right now. It's a song that I'm really proud of. You know, shout outs to Laissez for, you know, making something from scratch, you know, inspired by a beat I once heard in the past, you know, with just that simple melodic, you know, guitar and, you know, key vibe, you know, airy and just smooth, you know. Let You Go is out on all platforms right now. Make sure to go check it out. Apple Music, Spotify, the whole nine. Thank you guys for the support thus far. Appreciate it. Mr. Bello, out.
Take a look back to the ray. I wonder what could have been different.